Global South. We are honored to have amongst us session chairperson Professor S.D. Muni, Professor Emeritus, School of International Studies, Jawaharlal Nehru University, former Ambassador and Special Envoy, Government of India, to chair this session. Over to the chairperson of this session, Professor Muni, for further deliberations.
Thank you very much. I am absolutely grateful to MERI, Professor Agarwal, and Professor Dwivedi for getting me here this opportunity of a wonderful discussion. I think I must compliment them both for the theme which they have chosen and the time they have selected. It is absolutely timely, and the theme is very important because India is chairing BRICS at a time when it is full of opportunities, full of challenges. And both the opportunities and challenges were very candidly identified and I think explained by Ambassador Ashok Sharma in the morning, which was fascinating. It was really a very candid statement coming out of a retired diplomat. I have not heard many diplomats being so frank and so clear about the subject they are talking about. I think since he has defined them, I will not go into that. But I can see there are three areas in which the BRICS has to work in order of unity. And this is a session on how to bring about unity or better coordination. I think we should look for more synergy and harmony rather than unity, which is impossible, and one should not aspire for that also. Largely because we have seen several differences, and all said and done internally, the cohesion of BRICS needs a lot more homework to be brought about, and I think we should work upon them. How do we work upon them? I think the first very clear message is that we must have some coordination and some mutual understanding and consensus on the issues of conflict and war. Because in this global flex which we are facing today and which we are trying to cope with, one of the major issues is the outbreak of so many conflicts at this stage. And that too, where major powers have asserted themselves as they have not done in some of the recent decades. Therefore, one issue is that on which we must really build some sort of a consensus, coordination, some harmony. It's a common good issue, I think, to my mind. The second issue, which is important, is of the governance. The global governance is in tatters today. United Nations has a lot of promise, and it has done wonderful work in some of the areas. But in some of the critical areas of stability and order in the world, United Nations Security Council has been internally divided for their own reasons. There is need for urgent reforms in United Nations, and I think not only in the United Nations, but many other institutions like Bretton Woods and others, we have got to go into that. And I think we have to build some sort of a harmony of opinion, some common opinion, common ground amongst the BRICS countries. And third, I would say that there is extreme need for the BRICS countries to turn their promises and their rhetorics, if I say so, into reality, despite all the institutions which have been laid down, and it's a good groundwork which has been done. But the impact of these institutions is still not being felt and experienced by the people of the countries of the BRICS. And this time, I think a right agenda has been chosen of human development. And on human development, unless the efforts go down to the ground and they are converted from promises to deliveries, the delivery deficit is there all around, but in the BRICS countries, we have got to bridge it. So on this issue of bridging the delivery deficit, if some coordination can be brought about, probably we will be able to throw our weight far more effectively. One last point, and that also has been underlined by Ambassador Sharma, that this is not the time for necessary confrontation between South and North, or what you call the global South and the West, as it is being called. Nothing is achieved out of confrontation. We have done it for so many decades going on, whether it's a question of economic order, whether it is a question of stability and all that. We have to engage with each other. And there is an opportunity of engagement because West as a concept is also getting fragmented. There is almost, if not swords drawn, at least daggers drawn, even between US and Europe, which nobody imagined at any time. This gives a great opportunity. The US is reforming its own alliances, even with very close allies like Japan, not only Europe. Therefore, we have this opportunity, and unless we engage with them and engage them intensively on some of the creative issues, I think we would be able to throw our weight around and give the kind of results to our people who they are expecting for all these years, all these decades, out of the promises and rhetorics being made. I think we have a very important session from this point of view. I have about 5 speakers, very eminent ones, on my schedule. Their introductions are probably can be found in the book which has already been issued to you. And I would urge them, as it is listed here, that they may kindly take 15 minutes each at the most. There are 3 of our speakers which will come online, and there are 2 of very eminent persons sitting there, one of them being my esteemed colleague, and the other one a very senior diplomat and educator of diplomacy.